Maining a character. When is it a good idea and when is it not? Hey there guys, EctoMaster here. Today we're going to discuss the implications of what maining a toon or a hero here in Overwatch means. How is it a good thing and how is it a bad thing? Now, if you're first starting out with Overwatch, if you're new to the game, I remember watching a video from Force Gaming, and I recommend checking that out if you do. He does go into this a little bit, but I'm just going to cover it as well. Maining a character is something that people both hate and love. Usually, one of the first questions I ever get asked whenever I meet a person, they go, "Oh, you play Overwatch?" Because they see my hat and I've got an Overwatch hat. And they instantly ask me, "Who are your mains?" Not who do I main, but typically, who are your mains? For those who don't know, maining a toon or a hero, I got that wild terminology. Maining a hero in Overwatch means that there is one hero you play, and you play the most. And anytime you go to it, boom, that's the hero that you're going to pick. As soon as you get in, that's who you want. I said in an earlier video, I tend to jump right to Junkrat. And if Junkrat isn't available, then look at the team comp. See who is available. Maining a hero is not a bad thing, because that means you get proficient in that hero. You become better with that hero. But I take it a step further, and I recommend for any new player, any player out there, to main multiple heroes. If I'm looking to play offense, the first one that I look to is Tracer. That's the one that I played the most, the second most actually, if you look at my career. Junkrat's number 1, Tracer's number 2. Not nearly as much as Junkrat, that's for sure. But if I'm looking at a offensive hero, Tracer's the first one that I go to. Defensively, I tend to stick with Junkrat. As a tank, I tend to go with Diva, and when it comes to healer, I tend to go with Mercy. Those are the 4 that I usually hit in each category. Those are the ones that I have played the most. The ones that I am more comfortable with, and are usually the first one that I will pick. Those are my mains. But when you get down to it, there are other ones that I have played. I have played Pharah, I have played Soldier, I have played on the defensive side Widowmaker, I have played tank-wise Reinhardt, and healer, well, that's a mixed bag. I haven't played very many of those. Maining a character is not a bad thing, but having a backup is a good thing. I do have a friend, and she has been in my videos before, and I am trying to persuade them a little bit. So Angel, Ghost Fox, I'm sorry for calling you guys out, but I am trying to teach that to others as well. Don't stick with just one character. Move to another. Learn another. That way, if you get to a point where someone goes, "We don't need 2 Mercies, we don't need 2 Reapers, we don't need 2 Divas," they can go, "No problem," and switch to another character. The other thing that comes into it, if the character just is not working, it is good to stick with a character, but if the character is not working, change. And if you don't have one that you can change to comfortably, then you're kind of SOL, and your team is SOL, and the game goes down the tubes, and it just kind of ends up being a mess. The one thing that I was saying to my brother earlier is that it's interesting that this game is about adjusting your composition so that you can better balance and counterbalance the opposing team. But at the same time, a lot of people like to stick with one hero throughout. For example, on Temple of Anubis, I prefer to start with Tracer when attacking. Getting to that first point is easier with her. Once that first point is taken, I try to switch it out, usually either going to Diva or going to Junkrat or Pharah or Soldier, somebody a little bit different. Not as quick, but not as squishy. That's the word I was looking for. Tracer can not take a whole lot of punishment, so getting that first point is great because usually the enemy team is up by the choke point. That second point on Temple of Anubis, they're much further back. It's a little bit harder. Whereas on Numbani, if I'm doing well with Tracer and on attack, then I will stick with her throughout. On defense, I may not change my character at all. I may start with Junkrat and not change at all through Temple of Anubis or Numbani. But it's good to but if I'm having an issue keeping up pace or constantly dying, that's when I'll look at it and go, okay, what I'm doing with Junkrat, with Tracer, is not working. What can I do to adjust this? I did see this happen with another player on a couple of nights ago when I played. I was playing as Tracer on, I think it was Hanamura. Well, it started working fine, but then started getting targeted. And by targeted, I mean by everybody. So what did I do? I switched over to D.Va. As soon as I switched out of D.Va, the guy who was playing Reinhardt switched to Tracer. I was on with Angel Kaiwan and Kaiwan. I'm sorry, Angel. I just call her Angel. I was playing alongside Angel, and I said, what is he doing? Tracer wasn't working. I was playing Tracer, and it wasn't working. Now, granted, that player could be better at Tracer than I could, but the fact that I changed because it wasn't working, he died a couple of times after changing. Yeah, and then he changed out of Tracer and went Genji or Junkrat or something. I stuck with D.Va throughout, and we ended up winning the match. I switched to D.Va because I thought 2 tanks would probably be better, especially a highly mobile tank like D.Va. Similar a little bit to Tracer, but a little more health to her, a little more gravitas. Maining a hero is not a bad thing. Maining a hero is not a good thing. It is neither, it is both. I don't recommend maining just one hero. I recommend maining at least one hero in each category and having a backup right behind it. Obviously, with my lack of skill and proficiency in healing, just Mercy is not going to cut it for me. That's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next. Until then, I will see you next time.